Hello and welcome to the Full Tilt Throwback. I'm your host, Big Kris. Joining me today, Ragnar, former FTW Tag Team Champion, former FTW Hardcore Champion, former Full Tilt Heavyweight Champion for 3 minutes. Ragnar. So, welcome, Ragnar.
All right.
So, how you been? Haven't seen you in a while for COVID and that.
I've been good, mate. I've just been grafting and then chilling on a weekend.
Missing wrestling?
Very much so. Mm-hmm. Do you know what it is? I thought last year was going to be my last year and I was going to sort of hang the boots up, retire officially. Mm-hmm. And after having to close early and take a year off, I'm not ready to retire anytime soon. Yeah.
All right, so thanks for coming on the show anyways.
No bother.
What we're going to do is we're just going to talk a little bit about you, about your time in Full Tilt, a little bit about like stuff you've done in that.
Yeah.
So my first question is, do you like wrestling?
Do I like wrestling? Do I like watching wrestling or do I like performing?
Just wrestling in general.
I like the 15 minutes where I go out and I perform in front of the crowd. That's what I love. Mm-hmm. Everything else to do with wrestling. No, not really.
Oh, so you don't even like this? And
well, no. This is different. Well, this is performing again.
Yeah.
So,
well, we're not acting. We're being real.
No, yeah.
So, like, did you watch wrestling as a kid?
Yes. I started watching wrestling in 1991 after a lad I was at school with gave us a wrestling card for my birthday.
Right.
Had a birthday party, only had a couple of friends around. There was one lad there who was into wrestling and me and the other lad weren't. But he come and he brought these sort of matchbox cards and he just gave us a card each for no reason other than I don't know. But that started my love of wrestling. I can't even remember the kid's name. I know he was called Daniel, and that was about it.
So, Daniel, if you're listening out there, Paulie thanks you for lighting up into wrestling.
Cheers, mate.
What you obviously grew up watching the Attitude Era and stuff like that. You didn't?
Missed the Attitude Era.
You missed the Attitude Era.
Yes.
So you got like the comic book early 90s stuff.
Yep.
And then you missed like all the tits and arse and that.
I was getting tits and arse, mate. That was why I missed the Attitude Era.
Well, so was I, but I still watched Attitude Era. So you were kind of like a Laps fan. And then
not really. I still sort of caught the odd show now and again, but I wasn't really into it. I wouldn't say a lapsed fan. I was still a fan of the whole genre of wrestling. But I had more important things to do on a weekend. When was the Attitude Era? 1995 to 98, thereabouts.
Aye.
1995, I was 13. And doing what most Northeast 13-year-olds do. I was going out drinking cider in parks and other questionable stuff that now, if my kids were doing it, I'd give them a clip. But back then, you think
stay in school. That's all we tell people now.
Stay in school, kids.
So obviously, you when you started wrestling, you started like quite late.
Yeah, I was 31.
But again, when we first met, and you told me like that you wanted to do wrestling.
Yeah.
You did tell us that you used to like when you used to drink on the weekends, you used to wrestle in your kitchen.
Yeah.
And then you've nearly killed people in your kitchen.
No. I told you one story about me and my brother being drunk after my daughter's christening, and for some reason I thought it would be a good idea to jackhammer him. Well, actually, sorry, I'll start again. I decided to get him up for a stolen suplex. Now, I'm
as you do,
5'11", 5'10", 5'11". My brother's 6'4". My sitting room was only 7.5 foot high. So as soon as he got halfway up and round, I sort of jackhammered him onto my floor, and
nearly killed him.
yeah. I think I did actually fracture his hip. He had to have a scan on his whole body. He had an accident a few years later, where he fell off a roof, and all the damage was on one side.
Yeah.
They found a tiny fracture in his hip on the other side, and I think that was off the jackhammer.
Dangerous.
Yeah, I've never done anything like that since I started wrestling, though.
Is that the truth?
No.
So just a little bit of like a backstory before we're getting to wrestling. Me and Paulie met through like a mutual friend, and it wasn't even nothing to do with wrestling. Like I was buying a car, and then obviously this mutual friend was like, "Oh, we made Paulie selling the car." And then when we got there, after we talked about the car, he was just like, "Oh, you like wrestling?" So then we started talking, and like, and you were like, "Oh, I want to come down and give it a go."
Yeah. Now, I'll tell you exactly how the conversation went, right? I said to you, "Do you know what I think would be a good move for you?" And he went, "How are you then?" I went, "Samoa Joe's Muscle Buster." And you said, "I would love to do it, but nobody would take it."
Yeah.
And I said,
"Still no one wants to take it?"
I said, "I'll take it." And he went, "Come to training then." And it just snowballed from there.
I sort of remember just saying like, "Just come to train." I don't remember.
Yeah.
But obviously, the first time you come to train and that, I would say like you were probably like enthusiastic.
Yeah.
To come, but like, what about after you took your bumps and that? Where you just like,
Oh no, I was fine. I felt absolutely fine. I didn't used to backyard, but I used to do the whole like wrestling on a school field, even though I'd like left school 4 years earlier. Do you know what I mean? But like that sort of stuff. Basically, me and my friend Gash Pearson, the two of us used to get a load of kids and just chin them on the field in the name of wrestling.
as you do.
But I'd obviously not learned to take bumps from that, but I'd sort of learned how to fall down from that. And then sort of running the ropes, watching Tough Enough, the first series of Tough Enough. I think it was the first series, and I remember Triple H showing all the contestants how to run the ropes, and that always stuck with us. Do you know what I mean? I sort of figured, I don't know, I remembered it for some reason, so I sort of put that into practice. Obviously, it wasn't great, but I didn't feel like it was my first time taking a bump.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. So I mean, what did you think after it? Did you think like, this is what I want to do? I want to be a wrestler. Or were you just like, it was fun, but
no, I wanted to come back. I wanted to, well, you know that.
Well, obviously,
I know,
it won't work if
I know, right? It is for them listening, but you also do know that.
Yeah.
I loved it. Like, I couldn't wait to come back to training the following week. Couldn't wait. Just every week, it was just it was something to look forward to. And the thing was, it wasn't like, right, it wasn't just training, wasn't just physical and exercise and stuff like that. I mean, I think at the time there must have been about 20 of us at training, and it was like meeting up with your mates. It wasn't just exercise and physical. It was like my social life as well.
Yeah, I totally agree. I think like there is like a bond that you get from like training and like wrestling. And you know, like obviously when we used to do like weekend shows and that, like like it was sort of like it was good, but sometimes it could get a little bit like testy in that because you're around people like longer than
Yeah.
normally other people in there.
I remember that the first 3-day weekend we done. And he who shall not be named just said, "Watch it, Josh. Watch it, Josh."
Voldemort.
But just things like that, and then obviously, I mean, I would say there's not a lot of alpha males in the Northeast, but there was enough of them on them shows that weekend that when you put them all in the same room for 3 days over the whole weekend, and bearing in mind you're not just starting like an hour before the show to set the show up. You go from like 11 o'clock the Friday morning, and then you're there early on the Saturday morning, early on the Sunday morning, and you're not getting home at 11 o'clock on a night either. So to have that many grown men around each other, obviously there's going to be somebody with heads. Do you know what I mean?
Well, grown men is a bit of a push.
Yeah.
Man babies. So, we'll move a little bit on now to sort of like your first match. So obviously your first like taste of wrestling was a gauntlet match against Jed. And like the little bit I can remember is I can remember you sort of like not shitting yourself, but like just like, right, I've got to get this clear on my head. And I think you and Jed only had like
3 minutes.
Like 3 minutes, but I think you planned it for about 3 hours.
No, right. That wasn't on me, right? That was on Jed, right? Because you've got to remember, right? I was only one man in a 5-man gauntlet.
Yeah.
So...
But you were the first one to, like, give him an actual...
yeah.
Because I think you got some offense, though, didn't you?
There was Austin, who was, like, a 15, 16-year-old...
Cherry popper.
Yeah. Who done his gauntlet match and then never seen him ever again.
Even though he was talented, he was good.
He was. Then we had Pinball, who's now known as Nicky Star, who basically done the pinball off the ropes, hit every rope, and then Jed just blasted him. And then I come out, and I'm about just an inch shorter than Jed, and at the time I was roughly the same size as him, and that was like, whoa, an actual wrestler now. This bloke looks like a wrestler. And I think we opened up with him giving us a neck break. He gave us a little bit of tech. He kneed us in the head a couple of times and then give us a neck breaker. And first move of the match, I sold it dead. He sent us off the ropes. I switched it, give him a spine buster. And then something else, and I give him a crucifix sunset flip. He lost it and tapped us out. But no, I had the match down. I blame Jed for wanting to keep going over it. And it wasn't that he needed to keep going over it. He wanted to make sure I had it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And I don't think he believed that I had everything in my head.
Well, I mean, for me, especially if I'm working with someone who's new, I don't want to like fail them, but I also like I don't want them to like, think, oh shit, this is all on me and that.
Yeah.
Because again, a lot of people, like I wouldn't judge anybody on the first match. Yeah. I would judge them on like how they react after, like in like training and stuff like that. But first match, you're lucky if you have a good match. Do you know what I mean? You're very lucky. I mean, like after it, what did you feel like? Did you feel like?
I felt on top of the world.
Right.
Because I had like all my mates there, my kids there, my wife. I had like my neighbours. Bearing in mind, I lived in Burley, and my neighbours had travelled to Crabley to come and watch us in this match. Oh no, man, I felt on top of the world. The next day when I woke up, I didn't. The next day, I was limping. My knee was tweaked. My back. Well, I took the next day off work.
Do you know what I find mad about wrestling is like you can have a match where like not much happens, but then the next day you feel like you've like been through it. But then on the flip side, you can have a match where you do like loads of stuff, and the next day you wake up and you're just like fine.
Yeah.
It's
yeah.
weird. So we're going to jump ahead now to your first match, your first proper match, which was against.
Rubik's Roach and Jana Centurion Country Club.
No.
That was my first match.
Was it?
Yeah.
I thought it was against me.
No. That was. Hold on. I had a bit with Jed. Had Janus. And
Is that why you beat Naz up?
yeah. Then there was the match where I tagged with. What's his name? Quinny. For the tag belt.
All right.
And then it was you. You were my fifth match.
All right. Oh,
I mean, that was.
well, that's just ruined all my questions now.
Well, hold on. No, because, like, we'll get back to that, right? Because that was my first singles match.
Yeah.
Right? I'd basically been carried through every other match. Do you know what I mean? Because, I mean, it was, like, against Assassin, who was, like, obviously a veteran of the scene. I was in with Janus and Rubik's, who had been about a fair bit, so they knew what they were doing, and I'm trying to think who the other one was with. Oh, Jed. So I wouldn't count Jed as my first singles match. I was just part of a gauntlet, but like the first actual full singles match was me and you.
Right. So we'll talk about your first match
Right.
which was tag match at the NE6.
Yeah.
Against Rubik Roach and Janus the Centurion.
Yeah.
Or Janus. I'm sorry. I can't see your name, but I'm sorry.
Yeah.
But anyways, but it was also like your first like the first like in-ring talking bit.
Yeah.
That you and Sam done.
Yeah.
So I mean, like, what about that? How did you feel about doing that kind of stuff?
I was all right with doing the skits, but I think Davenport done all the speaking for that show, for that first bit.
Yeah.
I was just sort of like his hired muscle beating us up. Do you know what I mean? Done a lot of screaming as I was charging him in the corner, but that was about as vocal as I got.
And you had lovely matching jackets.
Yes, they were beautiful. I've already just thrown it out a few months ago.
But I mean, again, I would say like that was something where we'll put you like the 2 years together, and it was like sort of this might work as a tag team because obviously Sam had been wrestling for a while.
Well, I know that it was Sam that initially brought up the idea of us tagging together, you and Mickey at the time, and originally I don't know whether you wanted to, but Mickey wanted to. And if you remember, Mickey was like, he had a little bit of say in what was happening at the time. Initially, Mickey wanted a faction called the Country Club, where it was going to be Sam was a leader, and me, Josh, and I'll never remember Josh's mate in a million years.
Andrew.
There we go.
I remember every person that I've trained.
So,
even though some people don't believe that.
So, the three of us were going to join Sam's faction as a country club, but Sam went, I don't want that. I want to tag with Paulie. This is what's going to work, tagging with Paulie, not the faction.
Yeah.
So, Sam Davenport, he had a lot to do with sort of getting us on shows and the creation of the team.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like, I would say, like, the Country Club's probably the best tag team that we've had in FTW.
Are you listening, Ashens? Are you listening?
Geek Squad.
No. G.O.D.
Oh, yeah.
Are you listening, G.O.D.? Aye. Are you listening, Geek Squad? Are you listening, every other tag team?
Except me and Lou.
We've never come up against it.
Yes. But like, I would say, like, the main aim, like, then was, like I said, I was like, right, FTW was going to be about tag team wrestling. Yeah. And, like, as soon as was said that there was going to be tag team belts, like, nearly every tag team...
Everybody.
not even just in, like, around us, but everyone was like, well, yeah, we're in our tag team and that. Come work.
Everybody did it. Just all FTW is about tag teams. They've got belts. We'll we'll be a tag team and we'll go and challenge for their belts. I said, no, mate, we've got stuff planned.
Yeah. But I would say that I would, like, when we first, like, started up, like, the whole, like, tag team, like, storyline, I thought, like, we had the best tag teams anyways, so it wasn't...
It was Brian Luke.
Yeah.
Conor and Glenn. Sorry. Assassin and Lucas Marvel.
Yeah.
Robbie Ryder and Max Heat.
Yeah.
Me and Sam. I'm trying to think.
Me, Michael. PBD.
Yes, PBD. Purple Pit Dodgers.
You can say anything, but don't say that, because I don't have to explain that.
The pretty bad dudes.
Yeah.
Right. And there was also, for a time, there was also Lucas Marvel and MGH.
Aye.
For a bit.
Until MGH fell apart.
Yeah. I think he buggered off to America and learned to play baseball, didn't he?
Well, I've seen some of his when he tries to play baseball.
Hi, Martin.
So let's talk about that first match.
Right.
All right. So a little bit of background for everybody. Before we even decided to have that match, I was like, I did want to wrestle Paulie. We had like sort of a spot. Like basically it was going to be a plant in the crowd.
Yeah.
Because I thought that would be the best way to do it. But then obviously you come to training, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
And then we were like, right, screw it, we'll have a match and we'll be the main event because it was going to be in Burtley, so Paulie's from there. I also used to live there, so it was doubly. But then there was like a few bad words said about...
Oh, yeah. 2 tradies, 2 strobes on the poster. That's the only thing you're advertising the show for.
Yeah. So that sort of like lit a fire under my horse, and I was like, right, fuck it. Let's have the best match that we can.
Not only that, we were turning people away at the door, and we were actually turning people away.
Yeah.
The room was fuller than it was allowed to be, and there was still people wanting to come in and watch. Like the club could not believe how much custom and attention that this show was getting.
And they asked us to come back before the show had finished.
Before the show had even finished.
Mm-hmm. So anyways, the match. Did it start off as a?
It started off right.
It was just going to be a normal match, wasn't it?
No, it was going to be a full tilt match, right?
No, but I mean, like, it wasn't going to be like. There wasn't going to be like any kind of because it basically just turned into like a street fight.
Well, it was supposed to be a full tilt match.
Yeah.
It was supposed to start off a fall each.
Aye.
So once you had one fall,
I can't even remember the match.
Once you had one fall, your next, which had either be pinfall or submission, your next fall you had to win by knockout. Yeah. So obviously we'd done the one each, and then we went to the knockout.
Yeah. But again, because obviously this was like, well, I hadn't lived in Burtley for a while, but Paulie lived there. So we wanted to like do something. So we were like, what can we do? And we had to think about it. And then for people that don't know, is like, as well as being like a wrestler, Paulie's also a master plasterer. I don't know. I think I'm just making that up.
I'm a tradesman. I'm a plasterer.
So then he was just like, I can build a fake wall. So then we were like, fuck it, let's build a fake wall.
Yeah. We even got the paint off the club to paint the fake wall.
Yeah. And literally, I would say about 4 hours before the show, there was just a door there, and I was like, yeah, this isn't going to fucking work. This isn't going to be done in time. But you knocked it up, and people that had been in there didn't even realise that...
The door wasn't there.
Yeah. So in the match, I don't even think there's video of the match.
There's a little bit of fan footage, but no, there's not.
Yeah, because at one time in FTW, we could not keep video footage.
No. You couldn't even get a hold of video footage.
It will get recorded, and then all of a sudden, someone will be like, "Oh, the camera ran out," or
I lost my disc.
Yeah, so there's not much footage, but I would say it was probably the biggest pop that I've ever heard of. I would say like the crowd reaction for like putting us through the through the fake wall, but
it wasn't a fake wall; it was an actual wall. I built the stud work.
No, but
it wasn't a fake wall; it was an actual wall.
No, but it was fake. It was you built. But like we're trying to be like as safe as possible. Put like mats down and that, and then we're doing everything except shut the door. So the door was wide open. So I go through this wall, and like literally the door's open, and my head's like
that far
about that far from like splitting on the.
One door was opened, left open, but we hadn't hooked. But that door opened.
And like I say, when I went through it, the crowd were expecting something big. Because we'd been all over. Did we restart the match? Was it restart the match after or before?
I think I'd already gotten a pin on you. No, I hadn't. That because the rules all just went apart. Right, the one fall. It was basically just a 2 out of 3 falls match where knockouts counted.
Yeah.
So that was my first fall. No, it wasn't. You got up on 9. You got up on 9. And then you put me through a table. Not straight after. Like there was a little bit more working and wrestling. But
didn't you give me a FU?
Yeah, that was my first fall. And you just stayed down for 10. Sorry, you were saying this in my ear. I'll just stay down for 10. I'll just stay down for 10. But I thought, fuck this, I'm taking the pin off it. And the place erupted, and it wasn't even the finish of the match.
Yeah. Yeah, so he was champion for like 3 minutes.
Yep, 3 minutes.
Creative control, sorry, I sort of restarted the match.
Well, to be fair, we'd always planned you to go over.
Yeah.
So when I got the second one, it was like, what's going on?
But you know, just to like try and create a bit like and plus my whole like gimmick then was like I was like the proper bastard boss, and if stuff didn't go my way, I just changed the rules anyways.
Restart the match.
So we'll talk a little bit about the country club now. So obviously when you and Sam got together, as well as like working as a tag team, you've done like a lot of skits. So I mean, like, you got any memorable ones that you've done?
Yeah, definitely. The gold medal with me and Sam, Robbie Ryder and Max Heat would sort of cleared it with the gold medal manager because my wife worked at the pub at the time. So we obviously we didn't just go into a pub and start brawling about the place. We'd cleared it with the manager beforehand, and I remember the manager because there was only a couple of old couples in, going over and talking to these old couples and explaining like it's going to be a bar fight, but it's not a real bar fight. Don't worry about it. Don't react to it or anything. So we filmed the whole skit. I gimmicked a pool cue to snap over Robbie's back, and then unfortunately,
famous last words.
He was sort of leaning on the pool table with his arm sort of sticking out behind his back. So rather than his back taking the brunt and obviously where I'd gimmicked it, I'd hit him with a gimmick bit, but I didn't spot his arm sticking out, and mate, his arm went black. Do you know what I mean? And I've actually seen the video from another angle that Sam's brother was recording as well. And it's from the angle of their faces. Right? And you see Max Heat, right? Because they're just sitting there talking, laughing, and snap. And Conrad just went, Ooh.
Well, see, I remember that, but I just remember you shouting at us because I'd held the phone the wrong way. So it was in portrait mode instead of landscape mode. So it looked like,
I shouted at you.
well, didn't shout at us, but
Yeah.
you're like, what the fuck you filming this for? Because the phone was like, I'd never really filmed stuff before.
Yeah. Well, fucking fair enough.
But yeah, so like I would say like the feud between like you and and Conda and Glenn, that was like I really enjoyed that.
Yeah.
I would say most of the stuff the country club I did enjoy.
Yeah. Do you know why? Because we weren't out there to impress people and get bookings off other companies and do all this shit to be
But
seen.
yeah, but you did get loads of bookings though, as soon as I was
Do you know
like,
why we did? Because we just enjoyed ourselves and went out and had matches where we just had not just like had fun. Like obviously we took it seriously, but we went out and we had matches that we enjoyed, and in turn the crowd enjoyed them as well because we were enjoying ourselves. So, and even the boys backstage seemed to enjoy them.
So, like, what would you say is probably the best match that you've had as a country club?
As a tag team, it's a toss-up. It's a toss-up between Country Club Brawn Busters and Country Club PBD, right? I would probably say PBD because, right, it was again in the actual hometown of Washington, right? We'd sold the place out again. I think it was about 300 fans in there.
And we had the police turn up.
Yeah, somebody actually phoned the police because there was fighting in the White House. And they...
We done it before Donald Trump.
And then the manager of the club actually went out to talk to the police and says, "Oh, we're getting reports of fighting in the club." And she says, "Yeah, there's been 3 fights." And the police were like, "All right." And she went, "Come in, have a look." And they'd seen we're wrestling. She went, "This one's on now. There's 2 more after it." She went, "But if you just want to watch it, you're going to have to pay for a ticket." And the coppers just turned around and sort of like laughing and all of that. But it was just a really good show all round. And that was the first match that I've come back from where I got sort of, I'm not going to say validation because I never seek anybody's validation, but I got like sort of approval and congratulated on my match from like boys that are seen as like veterans of the scene. Do you know what I mean?
See, I love that match. Just because, again, it was so easy because obviously there was me and my brother. Like I love working with my brother, and then it was like you and Sam, and then it was like my main issue was like back then was when I wrestled people was like they wouldn't want to do stuff that I wanted to do. They were like, nah, that sounds like it's gonna hurt. Whereas like you and Sam would just say, yeah, let's do it. And I mean, again, it was like, it was, I think it was so easy to like work that match.
Yeah.
Because obviously we knew each other so well. And I think as well as because, well, like, yeah, it wasn't just about like each person like individually. It was like, we want to be good for everyone. And like, when I look at the picture now, there's like, 3 pictures. There's 3 pictures. There's like when I give you the tick tick boom. The one before I give you the tick tick boom, where you're sitting there and you're thinking, "Fuck." And then when you put us through the table. And just like the faces of the people.
There's one little girl, right? If you zoom in as you go through the table and you're lying on your back, right? If you zoom right into the picture, right, there's a little girl sitting on the side. Her face is tiny, right? But you look at the picture before, and she's like sort of watching, like, oh, what's going on here? And then on the next picture where you through the table, she's like, It's just, but it was a look of joy on her face as well. That it was.
Well, see, like my call always kicks off about this because he was like, no one noticed his bump, but they noticed mine.
Which one? The chair.
Yeah.
The electric chair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He goes, no one remembers that. And he was like, I'm spewing up underneath the ring and like no one's even bothered.
Well, the funny thing about that, it was a full tilt match again, right? And we each had a pinfall each. And then Carl taking the electric chair was for the finish. Like, obviously, it wasn't just an electric chair. It was Sam comes off the top.
Yeah, with a knee.
And I sort of go back with the electric chair. And Sam actually went down to pin him. And I pulled him off. And he said, what the fuck you doing? I say, just fucking count him. Just count him. He's out. Yeah. He's out. Just count him. And I think that worked better as well because it was like an anticlimax. It was an anticlimax. It wasn't like a 1, 2, 3. It was like, count him. Just count him out.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It sort of got us a little bit more heat because they didn't get like a definitive ending. It was like, just count him out.
Yeah. Like I said, I enjoyed that match, me. And me giving you the tick tick boom is going to be the cover picture for this.
It would be, wouldn't it? Not me putting you through the table now.
I'll put the one who's putting it through the table then.
No, you're alright, man. Tick tick boom.
No, like I'm getting better at Photoshop now, so I can cut the people out. So you're putting us through the table. That's the one it's going to be.
Hairy muff.
Ooh. So the last part of the podcast is like you get full control of FTW. All right, so you can either control yourself, someone else. You can like rewrite all of the history if you want. But what would you do if you were in charge at any point?
I think what I would do. What I think about when I come back after I was out for a while, I think I rushed back anyway, but I was just desperate to prove to myself that I was coming back. I'd had 5 months out, and to me that felt like I'd had 5 years out. But like when I look back on it now, I'd come back far too soon. And me and Sam had a little feud because before I took bad. Just after I took bad, I sort of went my first show back just to sort of stand in the ring, give me belt up. Sam sort of turned on us, but he didn't get physical because we obviously couldn't.
Yeah.
And it got him some heat. 5 months later, like I say, I returned at the same venue where he turned on me. And we had a little bit of a feud, but it could have been so much more. Once me and Sam were done with our feud, he went into that feud with you for control of the company. I feel it would have been a lot better if I was maybe out a year and a half. Maybe about a year. And you started the feud between you and Sam sooner for control of the company. You went through all of that, and you sort of, I don't know, I would sort of, we would have like a 5-on-5 match. You would leave the last opponent unannounced, and then I would make me return in that match, and I would save the company for you and get rid of Sam.
Get revenge on Downport.
Proper revenge instead of just like what we did. Which at the time we thought it was good what we did at the time, but I think a bit more time away from me would have benefited me, and it would have also let the storyline play out better for the club in the long run.
Yeah,
but that's looking at it.
Hindsight 2020 and that.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, if anything, like I know you think that you rush back, but. Like, I think probably if it happened to me, I would probably do the same thing because, like, you don't want to like stop doing something you like doing
That's it.
when it's not like
That's it.
when it's like not your choice.
Yeah, this is it. After I had my stroke, my dad and my wife were like trying to say to us, look, like you have to give it up. Like it's no good like that. This happened, and I sort of said to my dad, I was like, look, I'm no more risk of something happening than I was before it happened.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what I mean? I'm not. I avoid strikes to the neck. I sort of. I work. Back then it was like, I want to do millions of shit, did me match. Now I work smarter. Do you know what I mean? Very rarely do I ever sort of do anything that puts us at risk. Obviously, just the simplest of bumps, just a back bump, can cause major injury. But I'm quite sensible with how I work my matches. And anyway, I was talking to my dad one day when I was still bad. I was still coming to training, but I wasn't taking part in training. And my dad was like, "Look, son, like, can you not just like find something else?" And I said to my dad, I was like, "Look at it. If I stop now and I quit because of that, then it's beat us." And my dad sort of went, I get it. Because my dad had a heart attack at 48. And everything he loved doing had to stop. And it beat him. And my granddad had a heart attack. I can't remember how young my granddad was, but he was in his 50s. He had a heart attack. And everything he liked doing just stopped. And my dad just went, yeah, I get it. He was like, fair enough. Just fucking watch what you do.
Be
Do you
careful.
know what I mean? My wife, obviously, my wife's never been to see us wrestle again. She says she can't.
Yeah.
But I understand that. But I also know that every time I'm away at a show, she suffers with proper anxiety. Just until I walk through the door,
Yeah.
that something's gonna go wrong, and like touch wood. I mean, there's been a couple of little accidents, but nothing major. I know I fucked my elbow, but that was sort of part of the problem with coming back too soon. Spiked myself on my head, working for another company. Couple of years ago, my wife was away at Benidorm, Magaluf the next morning, so I was trying to sort of pretend I was fine, so she wasn't worrying. So she come in from work, and I'm just sitting on the set there watching telly, and I went, all right, and she went, what are you doing to your fucking deck? I was like, oh, for fuck's sake. Like, I can't hide now from her, you know what I mean? But there's only been them two little things. Obviously there's always like a tweak knee or a I'm quite flexible, so like naturally flexible, so like I can bend all sorts of ways anyway.
A weird flex, but okay.
But my wife is coming to the Thomas Wilson on August the 13th to watch.
Right, well, we're wrapping you in fucking bubble wrap. I swear to God.
I've never gotten hurt in front of her, so
Yeah.
she's my good luck charm.
Well, all I know is I've had to make 2 phone calls to her. Right, I'm not making any more.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Do you know how it is? Yeah. Like, out of everything, like, obviously, I'm not like first aid training and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's totally different when it's like someone who you know, and well, I didn't want to taboo too much. And that,
Yeah, that's fair enough.
When it happened, it was a bit weird because I'm literally there as the coach, and I'm like, all right, something's going wrong, and then literally everyone else is just like a kid, and they'll just say, oh, what's the matter? And I'm just like, it was probably one of the most stressful things. Well, obviously for you it's going to be stressful, but like, it's
fucking. I tell you what it is, mate. Right? It's the worst thing that's ever happened to us. I think maybe it's the worst thing that's ever happened to us. But it's also one of the best things that's ever happened to us, because before it happened, I wasn't aggressive and angry and shit, but like if something got on my nerves, then I would have to fucking kick off. Now it's just like such is life.
Yeah.
I couldn't give a shit. It's a few months ago, right? Because obviously the pandemic's getting everybody, and I was getting worked up about something, and my wife just went, "Will you fuck off and have another stroke, man? Chill out." You know, but like, I don't know, it sort of makes us appreciate what's important in life. Like, I've had jobs before the stroke where I've been away earning money and I've been fucking loving the money. And then after the stroke, I was away earning money and all I wanted to do was be at home.
I go
family.
home.
You know what I mean? And it just teaches you what's important in life. Now, I'm not fucking advising everybody to go out and get fucking strokes, but like I say, it just teaches you what's important in life. And obviously, wrestling was important to me because I wanted to come back to it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, we've come to the end of the podcast. We've probably done like extra 15 more minutes.
Yeah. I got shit to talk about.
But before we go, like, if you got any anything you want to plug, any social media? I know you've got a few matches coming up as well.
Yeah, I've got, let's think, I've got 17th of July, Northside Frontier Wrestling at the Modern Residents Association in North Shields. Then 24th of July, I'm working for Rapid Action Wrestling. That's a new company. 24th of July at the Grove and Moorside Club in Concert.
Hold on. Rapid Action Wrestling. Raw. Fuck off.
Yeah.
I don't know who runs it, but like, just no.
Wild.
I'm not going to say nothing more than that.
There's MPW, Pegswood. That's August the 6th. FTW at the Thomas Wilson Club. That's August the 13th. NSA, Northside Frontier Wrestling again, August the 14th. And that's at the same venue. August the 20th, EPW at Temple Park Leisure Centre in South Shields. And that's as far as I'm going to go with like plugs for shows. All
right. Stop rubbing it in. You've got loads of fucking bookings.
That's what I've put on my page, so that's what I'll plug at the minute. Twitter, follow us at Ragnar Destroyer. Facebook, follow us at Ragnar Destroyer. Don't send us a fucking friend request because I've got too many friends.
Send them a friend request.
I haven't got Instagram. I had Instagram, hated it. I haven't got Snapchat. I had Snapchat, never used it. So just follow us on Twitter and Facebook and happy days.
Yeah.
Don't send us a friend request.
In all of them wrestling companies, I expect a free ticket for that plug. Alright, so anyways, thanks for watching. Thanks for coming down. Hope you've all enjoyed it, and bye.